All right, guys, good evening. How's it going? It's JD, the mobile trader. We are here on the Mobile Trader Network, ready for the Mastermind meeting this Sunday. Hope all is well. Let's jump right to it, man. Had a good. Hope you guys had a great weekend, a great holiday season, great Christmas. Let me just get this screen up and moving so we can get the right thing on there. All right. Small group. We have Colin and Marcia and Crimson Flame in here. So just starting off, if you want to just go ahead and put in your chart in the chat, let's just go right into some charts because one thing that popped up on our screen during our charting workshop, Costco was looking pretty good on the daily for me. Costco has pulled back to a level of support. Had a little bit of a run up, double top. We created like a level of resistance. So the potential run isn't huge, but I could see us going up to this level right here, the 371 area. If we get the entry for Costco is above 365.34, previous high, the high on Thursday. Look for that push, and we can run into this low area right here. And that's a really good one. The option chain. The January 15 was the one 365 calls. I think it's like around $700. The stop is at the low of this candle or 50% pullback within here. Has to be within your parameters. Um, the next chart that I'm looking at, I'm actually currently in Apple. Uh, I like what Apple is setting up, even though we're a little bit of indecision. I got into an entry last week, ran into some resistance up the top, but I just need to see how this turns out. This is a little bit of indecision right here. Pull up, pull back. But I'm confident, man, that Apple right now, we have room to run a little bit more. And I think that 134 handle is not out of the picture and possibly even higher. So there's a bull and a bear case for it. The bear case is if you break below 130.78, that gap's going to they're going to try to fill that gap. Um, but I'm in it long right now. So let's just see um, what else we have on the program. And if you guys want to jump in and put something in the chat bar, you're more than welcome to do that. And I'll take a look. But also, I want to see ARC. ARC had been running. I called it the poor man's Tesla play, and it's been doing that since 108. Now we've reached a level of like legit resistance. But the crazy thing about ARC, not crazy, but the legitimate situation is that this overbought status, this pullback, we could find support right here, or if Tesla breaks out, it will continue to run. Now, it has other issues in there like Roku and a couple of other companies, but I think it's between 8 and 11% weighted with Tesla. So that's what we're watching. I'm not ARC getting a play yet. It's just a little extended. It's just something I've been really watching since this initial double top breakout, double top pullback, and just broke the resistance. At 108 was a killer, man. It just ran pullbacks, push, and kept going. Um, Now, Baba, my concern is with these anything in a Chinese ADR, guys. Baba, JD, Baidu, anything over there. Be careful because there's some political situations going for short term uh, headwinds, but potentially if it pulls off and falls down to a level and finds a little bit of a base formation, that could be a long term entry. but we need to get this established with the new administration. Be careful with Baba. Another company to be careful with, Zoom. Zoom has ties right now to the Chinese 80, not Chinese ADRs, but there was an article on the 21st of December stated that Zoom has given favors to the Chinese government. So they basically, to receive access to the Chinese population, the statement was, or the accusation is that they provided user data to the Chinese government. Zoom's pressing his luck, man. I mean, we have a head and shoulders on this one right here. I know we just talked about that in our group, in our charting class. I don't know if anybody is in here from the charting session, but I mean, the left head, left shoulder, right shoulder. I could draw my I could draw my trend line or my neckline right there, start it there, and I could my that's the low of the right shoulder, or I could draw that right shoulder over here. I prefer to draw my right shoulder. That's my head. My right shoulder is right in this area, and it's already broken. That coming back up, but the prevailing trend is bearish right now in Zoom. So we're having lower highs. That's big. So the entry for Zoom for me, I'm on a bearish look for Zoom on a bear watch, and what was the low? 375.10, and what was the low right here? And it's breached that low of that previous right there. So if we go below, for me, Zoom is I'm looking for puts on Zoom, anything below 375. And I'm thinking those puts are kind of pricey right now. Let's see, because Zoom has a lot of it's normally a volatile issue. And let me just look at the front month. Well, it's not front month; it's January. Um, yeah, they're pricey, man. That's what's the and the IV isn't even crazy. So this thing could possibly, when the implied volatility hit, these could blow up. I just hate seeing a $2,000 contract. So it's pricing in 85, 5. I don't know. I don't. I don't like the prices of the options, but sometimes that move, if it falls below that, man, this thing could really, it could, that 345, you get a 15-point move, give or take, 20-point move. It just, and then there's a gap that it might fill. I might take that risk and put a tight stop. And the thing about a tight stop, you get stopped out a lot more often with tight stops. Wider stops, you lose more, but you get stopped out less often. So they kind of balance each other out. So Zoom is on my short watch list. Let's see what's in the chart, in the chat. Microsoft. All right. Got you, Flame. Let's do that. Oh, yeah, it's setting up. I think Mo called that out during our class, man. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, brother. MSFT. It's coiling up. I mean, we could even call it a triple top, whatever we want to call it. Bull flag possible setup here on the daily. But it's I call it riff raff. Riff came up here, sold off again. Came up here, acted funny, sold off. Now we need to see what it does above. What's the high right there? Is 223.56. What's the high right there? 223.61. 224.22. Right in that area, 224.22. That's a safe play above that. But the reversal for me. I'm comfortable going in above 220, 223.61, the previous high. Now this is if it gets there, because tomorrow we could open up down here. We could break out in the morning and just shut down. But on the daily chart for a swing trade, possibly. All right. Because we have a trend line that is holding. It needs to make a decision. And we readjust trend lines all the time, guys. I just, if it breaks above that 223.61, we have space to push and possibly run above. I mean, if we get above that 224 little holdout, we could go to the 225 and a half, 225.30. So, I mean, it's a room for a $2 move or even more, give or take. It just, the only thing is just we had the low volume last week because that was just a half day on Thursday. It was going up on declining volume. You hop in there, just be cautious. If it falls below, the stop should be that 221 handle. It falls below that, the bull case is kind of nullified, put on hold. But we got higher lows, guys, and a bull flag setting up. So possibilities of moving, making a nice little push tomorrow. It might gap up in the morning, and we might blow past these little levels. So let's just see how the futures look. I hadn't even checked the futures. Hold on one second. I know I can check them in the my bar over here. All right, futures are up 65 on the Dow, 68. Let's see, the Nasdaq's up 35, so that's higher percentage than the Dow, and then gold's up nine handles. Whoa. S&P's up $12, guys. That's the ES. What's going on? Okay, Ant turning from windfall. Trump has indicated he'll sign virus. Okay, Trump says he's going to sign virus aid bill averting shutdown. U.S. gas futures are plummeting. Bitcoin is hogging all the volatility. All right, crowds curbed in Sydney. Okay, now don't get too confident because the minute we say we're going to sign the stimulus bill, they're going to pull something out the back pocket and say, hey, there's another that the variant of the virus, which particular vaccine company, I'm saying by midweek, a vaccine company is going to say our particular vaccine will um, is effective against this new variant of the COVID strain. So we're looking at S&P is looking pretty good, man. If I can get this thing to, if I'm not locking up on y'all, hold on one sec. I hope I'm not freezing. One sec, guys. My screen is freezing up on y'all. Okay. Yeah, stimulus good news for Trump. Let me get my well, we're gonna have to hold off on that for a second, but we'll just go back to the news items. But guys, we're gonna pay close attention to what's going on the news ticker on whatever's happening because it will affect price action. Pay attention to the futures out the gate. Um, Nothing new to that. I'm currently in Tesla, Apple. I'm in Square, long, all three long. I'm looking at the short on Zoom. Microsoft looks really good. Um, I need to close my Thinkorswim platform real quick, guys. It'll free up a little space. Uh, Costco was solid. I'm good with Costco. Um, so just kind of hang with that, guys. And is there anything else y'all are looking at? This isn't going to be a super long um, mastermind. I just want gold and Yeah, they're popping early, Mo. I know you saw that, man. Gold, the futures are up, which is crazy. And it says gold set for best close in 6 weeks. I'm just reading just a couple of little headlines. Keep tracking anything with China, because they're talking about Alibaba hikes share buyback. So we're going to be dealing that's going to be the headwind. Anything in China um, right now, and it might be a future buy-in. Let me put something on the screen for you guys that I like to show at times. The top, my IBD. Is it the 50? Let me give all of them. I'm gonna give you all the top 50, and then we're gonna wrap it because this is a AMD to continue the 4 hour pattern. Ah man, buy enough time on AMD, Cliff. I know you know the program. AMD will go back and it'll fill a gap that we had no clue was on there. Come back and say, hey, we're gonna holler at this gap, and but IBD top 50. All right, here we go. IBD 50. This is a flagship screen of leading growth stocks. Gives you 50 companies showing strong relative price strength and top-notch fundamentals. Before you decide what stocks to buy, always check out these new and innovative. Blah blah blah. This is on IBD. This is under the membership status. Uh, I pay monthly to get this, and I just like IBD, man. I like the paper, like what they provide. They're technical, and they provide a level of fundamental. So there's a hybrid analysis. It's called the Can Slim. You can look that up because brother's not going to break it down. Etsy, Trade Desk. Shout out to Keyshawn. She has been in Trade Desk for a minute, man. It's probably since it was 600. uh, Crocs. I can't wear them. PayPal. I think somebody mentioned PayPal before we got earlier. I'm a fan of PayPal's chart. Uh, let's just see if the chart pops up. I'm not going to do that right now. Logitech was in a good position. Now, anytime you see a little red pullback, guys, that's not bad. If you have something in an uptrend and you get a pullback, a red day, we're looking for an entry. We like entries on pullbacks into strength, Teradyne, AMD, good call, Cliff. ENTG, Monolithic Power, Builder's First Source. Cadence, that came up, I think, when we were doing our class tonight. LRCX. Okay, Palo Alto. Anything in the cybersecurity sector, guys, keep your eyes on. It's probably going to be a little bit of up and down because, we had the data breach in the government, but they're still unwinding that breach, man. We're going to find out, and it's Larry Williams talks about that you might have up to 90 days, a few months in before we get word that the breach was out, or even 6 months. Uh, Palo Alto, and there's several others. We our cybersecurity stock scouting report, man, that was on point, on point. Uh, we have one coming out soon, man. We're doing electric vehicles, EV guys. Email me if you guys want to get a copy of that. Everything else is free, but that takes time, that costs. So I'm gonna put my email in there, and we give you the entries. We give you the entries, uh, option plays, and give you what to look for. Um, Chegg, Now, ServiceNow, that's in the cloud security. NVIDIA, AMD, Intel. Intel was actually set up a little bit. Taiwan Semiconductors on that list. Not familiar with Flagstar Bancorp, Synopsys, Trex, Williams Sonoma. Y'all could be writing this down, copying these down, and do your own research. Future. He broke up with Sierra, but Russell Wilson took over. Anyway, Pool, Pool. I'm not familiar with that company. Applied Materials, man. Mo loves them. A lot of people love Applied Materials, and they use Applied Materials in a lot of those books. Any of your trading books, a lot of times they go back for years with referencing them. Apps, ViPS, CRNC, Workday, PKI. WST, Western Pharmaceutical Sales Services. Big Lots. Okay. Big Lots, Costco, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Target, Walmart, the discount stores. Keep an eye on that entire little sector or little industry subgroup. Stamps.com, Hologics, RBA, Marvell, Fortinet, uh, Amazon. Amazon has been coiling up, guys. I was looking for an entry for a really, really, really explosive play on Amazon. I don't. It just hadn't reached back above that level. I call out the on a couple of calls before. I think it's above 32, 3,200 and something, but the thing can move 100 points in a day easily. Dropbox, uh, TDOC, Teledoc, man. The people are liking that play for long-term viability. We have Tractor Supply, AVGO, DR Horton, which is DHI, BMY, Bristol Myers Squibb. So that's going to be the biotech and the pharmaceutical combination, Vertex Pharmaceuticals. So we have a few biotech plays on here, and it's worth considering and worth researching, guys. Don't just hop on a big mover like the popular, not the popular move. I'm talking about something that's in a chat group that's a dollar, that's a penny stock, man. If you penny stock in it, you're gonna make a little quick hit, little quick hit. You're gonna lose a little bit. You make a little quick hit, but it's not sustainable action. If you say it is, prove it. Come back 5 years from now and say I'm a thousandaire off all these penny stocks. We can be thousandaires doing a paper route. Don't risk it unless you have an identifiable program or a strategy that really, really, really encompasses what penny stocks do. Their their volatile pumps and their volatile dumps possibilities. Some penny stocks become stalwarts. AMD is one, but it had support and volume. So think through before you put your money on that. If you're a baller and you want to challenge me on it, put it in there, put it in the group, put it in there. Let me know you hit on every single one. If that's the case, put refinance Big Mama's house on some penny stocks. That's how I say how much skin in the game are we willing to wager in a position. That's when we know we're putting our name on the line, our guts. You know, are we putting that paycheck on the line, or is it just say, hey, you know, I saw that in Facebook. Okay, that looks pretty good. Come up with a program that we can replicate, that we can lean on when it hits the fan, because it's gonna hit the fan. We have to be able to exit and say, okay, it didn't play out right there. I maybe got in a little too early, or I got in a little too late. Let me regroup, reset for another day. So think that through, guys. That's just pretty much all I have to say. It's gonna be a quick one tonight. I need to get with the family. Um, the trading room will be open after the first hour tomorrow. We're going to be in there with our students. Mo and I'll be in there before the market starts with them. And then the first hour of the market will be dedicated to the students of the most recent class. And then I'll open it up a little bit more for everybody. But I'm watching Tesla, watching Apple, watching Square. Nikola. Nikola's chart is set up for a stumble. But the thing about it, you don't just go right in short on Nikola, man. They always tend to find like they dead cat bounce with all nine of their lives, man. And but the more news Nikola has been coming with, they're losing a lot of they're losing partners because they need to collaborate, need a partner with somebody, and they lied a lot, man, out the gate. So just think that through. I'm looking at Nikola on the downside as well, guys. So look, that's gonna be a wrap today. I had to make it quick. Wish I had more time. Wish I had more hands. Uh, that's Rick James. But guys, thank y'all for coming in, man. Let's see, full week, 3 days, even if it's for 3 days. Yeah, man. Um, I will catch you guys. What's up, Ronisha? Fonsick, everybody. Yeah. So I'm gonna hop out and I'll have the room up and I'll catch you guys in Telegram tonight. So thank y'all for coming in, and I will catch you a little bit later, guys. Sorry for the quick one.